Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel if you're here from the very first video, and if so, thank you. I love you. I love you already. So this is gonna be today's look. It's super soft, super summery, super glam, but also very wearable at the same time. I used a lot of budget-friendly things in this video. You know, if you like what you see and you want to see how I attained this look, stick around and let's get into it. Okay, so I did do my lids and my brow. I did prime my lids and do my brows off camera. I used my Juvia Space Concealer for my lids and my crayon case Chalk Dust and R to set my concealer. Today's palette is going to be the Mimosa palette from BH Cosmetics, and I'm also going to use their Bellini blush palette. Both palettes are $18, so it's super affordable. I got them both from Ulta, but I'm pretty sure you can get them on the website. I'm going in with shade OJ. It's the orange shade in the palette. And I'm just using this in my crease. Now, since I do have hooded lids, I do go like a bit above, like more towards my brow than in my actual crease area, like where my eyelids are creasing at. I did go a little bit above that just so when I place my concealer, I won't completely lose that transition shade. And yeah, so I'm just making sure everything looks good and clean and crisp right now. And then I'm going in with the shade Happy Hour, and I'm just concentrating that mostly on the outer corner, and I'm packing that in first and then sweeping whatever's left over into the crease. And I'm not even going all the way into the crease. I'm going like halfway into my crease area, just so that I don't lose that orange shade that we put in there first. And yeah, since I didn't want to have to go in any darker, I just did this a few times just to layer it on to get to the perfect shade that I wanted it to be. It looked more brown in the pan, but it definitely came out like burnt orange on me, on my skin. So, you know, there's that. And then I go back in with the yellow, with the orange shade, just to clean up and make sure that everything transitions well and is blended. Blend until your wrist hurts, sis. Blend until your dang wrist hurt. So I'm taking my Juvia Space Concealer again, and I'm going to use that to cut my crease. I'm going to pack that on the bottom of my lid, and then I'm going to look up so that I see where my eye actually creases at, and then that's where I'm going to cut it at. And I'm just going to repeat this on both eyes. I'm just going to make sure that it's even. Since this Juvia Space Concealer is a little bit more wet than some other concealers, it's not as thick a consistency. I was being very careful and trying not to use too much of the product because I didn't want it to move around too much. So after I did that, I'm going to go back in with the same brush that I used with the burnt orange shade, and I'm just going to clean up that outer corner, and I'm going to blend everything well. And I'm also going to shape it because I kind of just threw the concealer on my eyes. It's such a bad habit. I just threw the concealer on my eyes, so now I'm just going to shape it and make sure that everything looks good. And I'm going to go in with the shade Champagne from the Mimosa palette. It was a pretty golden shade, and it actually looks really good on my lids. Now, one thing I can say about this palette is that there was not a lot of fallout with the matte shades. I saw the most fallout with the shimmer shades, but I'm not really a person that's bothered by fallout. I know some people are though, so that's why I thought I would mention that. It really has like no fallout. So like I really could have did this after I put my foundation on, but I like to do my eyes first because I just be a little messy with it, and I don't want to mess up my eyes. Well, my face when I do my eyes, I mean. And I really like this shade that it came out. It actually complemented my eyes really well, and I just kept packing it on, going back and forth between both eyes, packing, and yeah. So then I go in with my Fenty Fly Liner, and I'm just drawing a line where my lash band is going to sit, so I'm super close to my lash line. I'm not going all the way up, I'm not winging it out, I'm just making it so my lash band can be concealed. Now I'm taking a Morphe R6 brush, and this is my first time using a spray foundation. My friend Dominique actually put me onto this foundation, and I just spray it directly onto the brush. I sprayed it 3 times. She only sprayed it twice. I sprayed it 3 times because I need coverage, and I didn't know what this was going to be like. But I actually wasn't mad about the shade. It's by Unique Touch. It's a spray foundation on the color Cypress, and it literally just looks like my skin, and it felt like I had nothing on. Like, I was so impressed by this. Like, the shade was perfect, so perfect. Like, if I wanted to do a no makeup, like didn't really care too much to do anything, I would definitely use this foundation, because it's one of those lightweight foundations that you really don't have to do much to. It literally just looks like your skin but better. So yeah, I just kept adding more product because I like a little bit more coverage, but even still, you can still see like my beauty mark and all my blemishes and breakouts. You can still see all through that. But yeah, I still liked it though. I still liked it. The shade was perfect. I would definitely use it again, but probably not for like my regular makeup looks. Maybe just like a everyday kind of makeup situation. And now I'm going to go in with my LA Girl concealer in Fawn. Now, I usually wouldn't go this light. I would usually use Toffee because that's closer to my skin tone, but I did not have Toffee on hand, so I just used Fawn since that's what I had. But I know for next time I'm just going to have Toffee on hand since it's more closer to my skin tone and I don't need that dramatic of a highlight with this concealer and with this foundation. And since I forgot to actually prime my face before I put the foundation on, I just used some of the Beauty Bakerie Spray Your Grace setting spray just to help the makeup stay in place. Not that I was really going anywhere because it was almost 5 o'clock at night when I filmed this, so yeah, there's that. Okay, so after I'm done my concealer, I take my Beauty Bakerie Flower Powder. I use the shade Oat. It's almost a translucent shade. And I go in with a clean beauty blender. I actually use the Beauty Bakerie blending eggs. They're really worth the money. They only cost $18 and you get 6 of them. And they come in a little egg carton, and that's so cute. But yeah, I don't bake. I just kind of press the powder in until it's almost, I use the term almost like, you know, it's not even on there. Like, I press it all the way into my skin. It just adds a little extra highlight, but I really don't like baking like that. I feel like it dries out my skin. Oh, right here I found out I saw I was creasing. I didn't add any product. I just used the same brush just to clean it up and fix it. But yeah, I don't like baking. I feel like it makes my skin more dry. Even though I have oily skin, I still feel like it just makes me extra dry. So I'm just adding the powder to all the places that I added concealer just to set it, make it more even, keep that highlight popping, get all them areas. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to grab my Beauty Bakerie Napolitan bar. This palette is a highlight, blush, and bronzer all in one, and I just use the bronzer shade, and I'm just going in all the areas where I would get sun-kissed, if you will. Now this palette has a lot of fallout, so I had bronzer everywhere after using this, so just a word of caution if you use it. I had a lot of fallout everywhere, but I'm gonna go around my forehead, my cheekbones, and I'm gonna go down my nose just to make my face look more sculpted and less rounded and fat, you know, all the good stuff. And now I'm taking the Beauty Bakerie Flower Powder in Almond, and I'm going to use that as an all over setting powder. I like to do this because it just brings extra warmth to your face, and if you go too hard on your highlight, kind of like I almost did, it'll just bring it all back down to your tone. And don't mind my my ghostliness. My ring light was a little harsh. I kept turning it up and down because the sun kept not figuring out what it wanted to do. So eventually I just let it rock and do whatever it wanted to do. So if I look ghostly, that's why. And then I use the Bellini blush palette. I use shade Life's a Peach on my cheeks. And I did build it up. I did like a few passes to actually build up this color. And then I took the Beauty Bakerie So Icy Illuminator in the shade Frozen, and I put that on my cheekbones and under my eyebrow and also down my nose. And then after I did that, I went into my Mimosa palette, and the same two shades that I used on my crease, I used under my eye, just to add a little definition. I went in with both shades, and I used the same brush. I just did one eye at a time, which I always do when I do my makeup. I do one eye at a time, but I used the brush, and when I did the second shade, I only went in about halfway. I didn't bring it all the way in like I did with the first shade. I only went about halfway in just to clean it up and make it look uniform and neat. So once I'm done with that, I then go in with my LA Girl precision pencil in the white, just to line my waterline and make my eyes look bigger and brighter. And after that, we get into these lashes, honey. Look at them. These lashes deserve the slow-mo because they are so beautiful. These are by a brand called Beyond Wefts. Their name is Bella. Yeah, that's the name of them. They're Bella. They're beautiful. Always trim your lashes to fit your eye though. Please, please, please always trim your lashes to fit your eye. That's what I did after I did this. And then I go in with my Fenty mascara. I don't have a drugstore mascara, unfortunately. I only use the Fenty mascara because it just makes my eyes friggin' pop. I have so many other mascaras sitting in my drawer, but Fenty is my go-to. Like, I grab it every chance I get. It's my favorite mascara. I keep a mini in my purse and everything. Like, my most favorite mascara. Now I'm putting on my lashes, and this usually takes me a minute. Like, it literally took me 20 minutes to get these lashes on because that outer corner was not trying to be nice to me, and it's usually the inner corner that gives me the most problems, but this one, it was the outer corner that wasn't working with me. But I finally got it together and I got my lashes on, and yeah, so that's that. After I wrestled my lashes on, then I had to get into my lips, and I used the NYX Butter Gloss in Madeliene. And I didn't want to go too hard on my lips because I wanted my eyes to really pop, and I wanted it to be summery and wearable. So I just, to make my lips pop a little bit more, I went with my ColourPop BFF4 liner, which is my everyday go-to liner. And I just lightly lined my lips. I sometimes will overline my lips, but I didn't feel the need to today, and it just added that extra oomph to my lips. And there it is. That's the final look. I'm giving y'all face, honey. Giving y'all face. Y'all see that hair flip? I'm sassy, and I know I'm cute, okay? Look at that. Yes, hunty. Look at me, child. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Yes. Ignore my flyaways. I was sitting right in front of the air because it's hot and we ain't playing them games. So we gonna surface. We gonna surface. Now, if y'all like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share it so I can get some more love and some more views. And yeah, if you like what you see, then you guys can come back next time. I'm gonna try and get a post schedule down, but until I do, it's probably just gonna be a little sporadic, so bear with me. Anyways, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, comment. Until next time, bye friends, enjoy some bloopers. If you like blah blah, ooh, I do. Okay, and I got that out of the way. And